folks, how are you? This is Jim Miner, your South Scottsdale realtor, bringing you the week-ending Cromford report prepared by Michael Orr from Arizona State University. Hey, y'all, getting ready to watch that Indianapolis 500 coming up this next weekend here for Memorial Day. Always try and watch that if I can. Enjoy the race. Anyway, hey, the reason I wanted to jump in right here is because a couple things that Michael points out, which I think are kind of key. Let's take a look at this line. There's no upward momentum in prices anymore, and the annual appreciation rates are starting to fall like a rock as comparisons with this time last year get harder. The average price per square foot is holding up strongly. Okay, now you're thinking that's kind of strange. Market's falling, but the price per square foot, hey, that's looking good. And you read in the newspaper, average price per square foot, hey, everything looks great. Yeah, dig a little deeper, folks, and here we go. Low-end homes are selling in much smaller numbers. Distressed homes selling far below market, as much rarer than last year, and the high-end luxury market is doing very strong. So you know what you have? You have a skewed index. We have the upper end of the market selling pretty aggressively, and they sell at a higher dollar per square foot. You get down to the low end, they're not selling as much. So what do you have? You have this escalating, increasing average price per square foot, and you're thinking, hey, this market looks great. That's why you need to know what makes up that particular index. Okay, that's why I want to point this out to you. The market is not looking so strong right now. All right, now, hey, I want to jump over to another page here and show you, kind of hang in with me on this because I want to point this stuff out to you. Right here, Michael brings in some other factors, and once again, I always leave this up so you can take a look at it, but I want to point out a couple things in there. Right now, we continue to expect the price range between $125 and $135 per square foot to be a natural resting point after the rapid rise from $7 to $8 that occurred since September 2011. Now, that was a little while ago, okay? Now, here's kind of the key thing in here. Pricing is likely to show some weakness during the second half of the year due to the seasonal buildup in supply and weakening demand once the spring is over. It will take a very strong recovery in demand to change this expectation. Kind of flows along with what we're talking about on the previous page there. And then look at this. Pricing is weakest in those places where inventory has grown the fastest. Well, you know, that's not a news flash. One example is Gilbert, where single-family activity listings have increased by 108% since the same time last year. That is a serious growth in inventory, more than any other major city, and they're talking about now in the Maricopa County here, Valley of the Sun. At $126 per square foot, Gilbert pricing is lower now than it was at the start of the year. Lower now than it was at the start of the year. A large inventory of new homes also exists in Gilbert that is not listed on Armless. Armless is the multiple listing service. So sellers and developers have a lot of competition from each other, and buyers are loving it. It's the bottom line. Okay, so you can kind of get a sense of what's going on out there in the marketplace. A little bit what I've been telling you all along. Buyers, don't be afraid to ask for concessions. Sellers, don't be greedy. You're not going to get your price. Well, I have something unusual. I can get that price. No, you don't. So let's move on over and take a look here at the dashboard. Okay. Always have to take a look at the dashboard. But the first place, normally we start looking at the Cromford index. I actually want to show you this list price per square foot, since we've been talking about the square footage and where it's priced and average dollar per square foot, etc. Look at this. This active listings, $175 for this, where people, the average of active listing prices are per square foot. Here's where it's trading out at. Pending listings, here's where they're closing out, $134. That means people are listing their homes on the average of 35% over the market. And you're wondering why these homes are sitting there? It's because people are looking at last year and they're saying, well, I know where I am in the market. My sector of the market doesn't have much inventory. So, you know, I know that home is going to sell quickly. Surprise, surprise. As prices come down, you will have more competition. And then let's go ahead and move through some of the other things. We look at the Cromford index. And you can see, look what's happening to our market line here, starting to roll over. Let's take a look at demand. Demand is definitely starting to roll down even more, and we've been in an extremely weak stage, the lowest point in 14 years. Supply, I would say supply is rolling down. Don't have to be an economist to figure that out. Okay, always take a look here at pending listings. Sorry about that, folks. And here we can go. We get the bounce up, and now we're down. Now we're a little bit lighter. You can kind of see we're getting a downward bias here. Okay, and then let's look at days on market. And here we are, days on market. What are they doing? They're staying the same. Probably going to start rising because the sellers are not getting the prices. They're leaving them there thinking, hey, I can find the needle in the haystack. Okay, enough lecturing to the sellers, because you know what? You can sell homes in this market. What you do is you price them at the market, get a couple of good offers, take the one you like, move on and relocate into a different neighborhood, different school district. Maybe you have to move out of state. Buyers, ask for concessions. But guys, when you ask for your concessions, make sure you know where you're at, okay? That does, if you're way out there on the periphery in the Santan Valley, Buckeye, as you move toward the city, you've got to lighten up on asking for those concessions, because the seller's just not going to award them to you. Okay, hey, that's about it for this week right now. So keep that in mind, references, and if you'd like some more information on this, like my clients get, just give me a call. Jim Miner, South Scottsdale Realtor at 602-345-0433, and I will talk to you after Memorial Day. Enjoy the race and have a real nice weekend, folks. Okay, talk to you soon.